If you follow us in this channel, you know that we bought a property here in Portugal in Alentejo that's actually 3 properties in one. Because we have our main house, we have a rental apartment on top, and then on the back we have what we will call it a tiny house. So today I'm going to show you what are our plans for this tiny house. So let's go. So first of all, let me show you a little bit of this tiny house. Right now I'm located in what is the kitchen living room. So I'm just gonna rotate so you can get the sense of the space. Let me show you here the view from the entrance door from the back. So this is a tiny house that is in what we call in Portugal a sequia, so a back alley road. And you have your own independence entry here. And as you come in, you have the living room and kitchen area. There used to be a pretty huge fireplace there, like a massive fireplace where back in the day people will cook on the floor. And you can even see here the stove they used to use to cook, which we are definitely keeping and renovating. But on the scheme of things, this chimney didn't do anything for us. I know it's quite controversial. Some folks will be like, oh, you're destroying something that was ancient and had a history. Yes, you're right. But we need to think about what it's useful for us. And that space was, we really needed that space in the kitchen so we could use it in a better and more efficient way. So by removing that massive fireplace, what did we gain? We gained this area where we're going to put like a little kitchen counter, and then we can do a little L here, and then put here a fridge. So we gain massive amount of space. And a challenge we had in this house is we were trying to figure out how can we have 2 bathrooms, because our aim is, since we have 2 bedrooms, we would like to have 2 independent bathrooms so we could rent it out as a bedroom or we could rent it out as a total house, but at least people have their privacy, their bathrooms, it's much more comfortable. But the challenge we were having is that initially the bathroom was located in this area, in the living room. And splitting it to be 2, it will give us 2 super tiny bathrooms. Plus it was taking so much space from the living room that it didn't make sense. But still we were like, how can we make this possible? Give it 2 bathrooms in this tiny house. Until our builder told us, wait a minute, you have some extra space in another division of the property. Why don't you put your bathrooms there? And we're like, okay, tell us more. And as he explained us, which I'm going to show you, it made a lot of sense and gained us a huge amount of space now on this living room. So let me show you what is the idea. Before, we had thought about closing this opening and gaining all this space for the kitchen. And this opening, it gives us access to what we call the well room, because believe it or not, we have a well inside the house, it is true. And the builder told us, why don't you just go a little bit inside this room that has the well and just take out the space for these 2 bathrooms. So in that way, we will have 1 bathroom here and then use the space around the well to give us a 2nd bathroom, and even better, connect this bathroom into one of the bedrooms, which is absolutely lovely. And yes, this is pretty amazing thing we got as well with this house is a well, and right now it's pretty full because it's been raining quite a lot. And you can see here this, we are going to redo this. This is where when the well gets too full, the water through gravity comes through this tube and exits outside. So we now need to take this tube out and redo it. So in this way, we lose some space on this room, but this room, let me show you where it is. Just going outside. This is our, just for context, this is our patio. Up there, that's actually the house that we will be living in. Upstairs is the rental. Here on the bottom, we have the well space, well room, and on top is going to be our studio, recording area, ideally in the future. And this is the tiny house that I was showing you. It has a view to the back, the window, but this whole space here is ours. It's our garages and office room, etc. So this room, we didn't have a lot of purpose for this. It was going to be storage. As you can see, pretty much now is like a massive mess of storage. So the idea from the builder is fantastic. We take a little bit of space from this division, connect it to the tiny house, and gain 2 bathrooms that are comfortable, are not like super tiny, but actually really comfortable bathrooms. But let's show you the rest of the house. So what are we going to be doing here in this living room? You can see up here the ceiling. Unfortunately, that's an expense we weren't expecting to take on right now, but unfortunately it's in really bad shape. The beams are, some are broken, some aren't really very stable, and some of the tiles, the shingles are broken, so we need to replace it. Unfortunately, it's a big chunk of money we weren't expecting to spend, but it's better to do it now, because with inflation and everything that's going on, the tendency is for prices just to keep going up. So what are we going to do here? We're going to replace all of this, put a metal structure, put new shingles on it, and then we're going to cover it with beautiful wood. So it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And it's a pretty high ceiling. You can see this is the floor all the way to the very up. So this is going to be absolutely lovely room, where in the kitchen you're going to have this absolutely gorgeous view into our garden. Then you have your own entrance from there, little lounge area. This door is going to be closed because there is our garage. We don't want to give access there. And here a massive L kitchen, open space, gorgeous. And as you come in, the first thing you have is one of the bedrooms. They're not massive, but they're pretty good size, in which you can put a couple's bed. And you have a window, which is a huge plus here. And then you have massive ceilings. Just look at this, it's gonna be gorgeous. And what we're planning to do is, as well, because it's so high, we're gonna put like a little wood structure here, so it can be used up here for storage and all that good stuff. As you can see, things have been moving pretty fast. They are already doing all the connections for the electricity, and if you've seen our previous videos, we are huge fans of you can never have enough outlets, because you never know the day of tomorrow. So you see that tendency here as well. We go a little crazy on outlets. Some of them will be closed, but at least we have options. This is the time to have options. So let me go in the corner. So this is the bedroom. Here it is. And you might ask yourselves, what is your objective to this tiny house? Well, ideally this tiny house is friends and family, but probably not coming all the time. So we might rent it out as a whole, rent it out as rooms, or even if you need for D7 visas, we are also open to renting it out for those periods to meet those qualifications for the visa. So we'll let you know once it's ready. And might be an opportunity there. Let's go, keep going. So into the living room. And now I'm gonna take you to the second bedroom. This is the second bedroom. As you can see, it's not super big. It had a window into the well space. But the interesting thing here is this used to be the less attracting room because you didn't have natural light. So it's not as nice. But now we made it spectacular. Why? Because we're gonna take off this wall. We're gonna give you an access to your own private bathroom. And then we're gonna use a little bit of the well space. Let me show you here. You can see there's a tiny bit of space here that's really not much usable. We're gonna take that space into this room and make it a walk-in closet. So it's gonna be beautiful. So this is the back of the house. Is, as I'm mentioning, a tiny little house with a cute little back alley road, so a very quiet area where you can have a calm rest here in the back. And we plan to paint it with the traditional Alentejo colors, which is basically all white with a little blue rim. So it's gonna look absolutely gorgeous. Well, thank you so much for following us as always. Let us know your comments and questions, and we'll keep you updated on what's going on with this house. See you next time. Thank you for watching.